culprit. She's a fucking culprit. I'm being serious because before Lady Gaga was a thing, people used to like things that were abnormal. People and look, I understand the whole thing. Yeah, like Lady Gaga. That I was like, okay, disregarding. I'm talking about disregarding the whole gay rights thing. Like, no, like that's a thing. That's a fucking thing. Like that's transgender people. That's a fucking thing. That is totally fine. Speaking up about LGBT rights, that's totally fine. But the matter is about abnormalities. Oh, girl. People really went off the deep end after God. Look, Lady Gaga said, I am beautiful in my way because God makes no mistakes. I'm on the right track, baby. I was born this way. In other words, like, I'm beautiful in my way in the sense of, like, I was born this way. Not I'm beautiful in my way after I fucking got botched ass fucking plastic surgery. She never said that. She never said I'm beautiful in my way because my doctor made me look this motherfucking way. No, she never said that. She mentioned that the way you look is perfectly fine. Like, you are not born abnormal. There are people who are born with defects, obviously, but they go through cosmetic procedures that do things so that they don't look abnormal. So, that's the whole point of cosmetic surgery. Cosmetic surgery is to go in, and the reason, look, of course, you're gonna say, what does this have to do with Lois Hose? Well, it has to do everything with Louis Hose. Look at his ugly ass, dusty ass, wannabe ass, motherfucking fiance. Wannabe. Girl, that girl got some botched ass. That shit botched. That shit is botched. You know when you're aging gracefully and then you're just like, no, I don't want to age, and it's just like, girl, you don't need to go to the plastic surgeon. All you have to do is get tretinoin. That's the first step. You get tretinoin, okay? That's the first step. By the time you're 60 and your skin is all the way down here and you got turkey neck off the fucking ass, that's when you can go and get a facelift. And that's about it. You don't really need to do anything more than that. I'm being serious. Like, that's really about it. But this bitch and her dusty ass lips. Y'all know what I'm talking about because I remember before Lady Gaga was a thing. Like, having normal lips was a thing. Like, you were either born with big lips or you were born with thin lips, and that was it. But then bitches, I don't know where this came from, and people want to say it was Kylie Jenner, but it was like, no, that bitch is just dirty. Like, nobody really, at the end of the day, nobody copied Kylie Jenner. Like, Kylie Jenner is just dusty. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, nobody ever copied her because at the end of the day, she's just dusty. And really, Kylie Jenner, like, her lip fillers would not, like, the fact that she cakes on like 300 pounds of lipstick make her lips look good. But without the lipstick, she looks a fucking mess, like anyone with fucking lip fillers. For example, I was born with bigger lips. I don't wear lip fillers. Do you see how my fucking lips look like normal? I don't know how to fucking describe that. Like, my lips look normal as hell. Lip filler bitches, their lips look like this. I can't even do it. I look silly doing it because I look silly because I'm trying to. They don't look silly. They look gross. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, they're just sitting there and it's just like, you can tell it's abnormal. You can tell that there's like stuff in there. You can tell that there's stuff, artificial ass stuff in there. And then these bitches, like, their fucking lips start looking like they aren't normal lips. Like, they look like, I can't even do it because my lips are normal. Hold on, like, hold on. Their lips will look like this, like, and they'll smile and they'll be like, and that is what Lois Hose. Oh, girl. I mean, I look at him and I'm just like, this man ain't really unattractive, but at the end of the day, it's like, if you're not unattractive, why do you gravitate towards botched? And of course, he'll be like, soulmates are soulmates, and I'll be like, that girl ain't a fucking soulmate. The fuck is that? No, no, no. That girl in a soulmate. Have y'all seen this bitch? that girl, that girl has no soul. Have y'all seen this bitch? She's like, and I'm rich and I'm better and I'm born to slay and you're broke and you're bitter, so just walk away. I shine like a diamond, you're just a stone. This world is my kingdom, now bow to the throne. Girl, no, you just a dust. You just dust. Like, why would, okay, Gaga is an exception. Like, I know she got lip fillers, but she's an exception. Like, do you understand? Because she's already made it very clear that she's into the grotesque and camp. So she could botch the fuck out of her fucking face beyond fucking belief. She has the right to do that. Now, bitches from Mexico, bitch, like, no. She's not even really a part of the LGBT. This bitch with Louis Hose. Do you understand what I'm talking about? She doesn't even mingle with the LGBT like that. You know what I'm talking about? Now, if you mingle with the LGBT, you can fuck your face up all you want to, bitch. You can fuck it the fuck up. I'm just saying, you're allowed to do that in the LGBT. But when you're in the straight world, girl, goodbye. That shit's just stupid. Like, you really thought you did something. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of fucking LGBT people that deliberately botch their faces up because they know other people, they're gonna start a trend. And then whenever the trend starts, they fucking go and get it reversed. And now all these dumbass straight bitches running around, because you know a lot of LGBT people know how to fucking get attention. You know what I'm talking about? Like, they will get attention. It doesn't even matter if they have to kill someone. Straight people, on the other hand, like, they just follow trends. Have y'all ever noticed that? Straight people just follow trends. Have y'all ever noticed that? Straight people never set trends. They don't know how to do that. I mean, obviously their trends don't work because there are too many LGBT people. So, but that bitch looks botched. And you know when a bitch looks botched and she really thinks she has it, and she's over there like doing this with her eyes. You know what I'm talking about. And it's just like, bitch, don't even try it. Because Tyra would kick you out. You wouldn't even make it into America's Next Top Model with that fucking ugly ass face. She was like this. She takes pictures like this. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, I can get away with it because I have real lips. Like, you see this face? My face looks normal as fuck. Like, do you see this face? Hold on. You know what I'm talking about? The whole shit, like, bitch, Naomi Campbell didn't train her. Who do you think this bitch, what was her name? Her name was like Patricia or Maria Gonzalez. You know, stereotypical Mexican name. Maria Perez. Consuelo, 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 Hernandez. I would say Vasquez, but Vasquez isn't really, as far as I've experienced. I've literally only met like another person with my last name. I'm being like a person that I see and know. Well, I've only met one other fucking person with my last name. I swear to God. It's usually Hernandez, Perez, Rios. Lopez isn't that common as well. I haven't seen that many Lopez's. I mean, it's a common name, but it's not that common compared to like Hernandez, Perez, Rodriguez. Rodriguez off the fucking ass. My grandma's last name was Camacho. And that's not, I don't see that too often. Rivera is a very like, I don't know why, but it's very common here in Puerto Rico. Not so common in Mexico. Mexico is like Hernandez, Perez, Lopez. here and there, not very. You don't see Lopez that much. Rios, um, Rodriguez. That's like literally the only names: Rodriguez, Hernandez, Perez. Like, um, fucking mess, straight up. Like Mexicans, at the end of the day, they they really need to like fix their act, and we all know this. Everyone knows this. Everyone knows this because Mexicans be showing up like they own the world. It's like if people want to say that Americans, people from the United States, are the fucking problem. It's like no, Mexicans are the problem in this entire fucking planet. I swear to fucking God. When have y'all ever seen Argentinians or Chileans or Brazilians or fucking Venezuelans or fucking Uruguayans or Surinamese people or fucking Guyana people, Trinidad and Tobagans, Barbadian people? I mean, Guyana is the exception, but I mean, Dominicans in general, Cubans. Girl, the only people that be showing up acting like they own the fucking the Spanish world at least, because really they ain't got much traction outside of that, is fucking Mexico, and everyone collectively knows this. Everyone from the entire fucking Hispanic community knows that Mexicans are notorious for acting like they fucking they're the richest fucking country. It's just like no, y'all aren't. Mexico is a dirty ass fucking country, like really dirty. And I don't know about y'all, but Mexicans deliver some rancid ass farts, and these people they have a farting culture. I don't know if y'all have ever noticed that, but Mexicans will fart in situations that's just like, dude, like that is so not okay. I know y'all have experienced this before. I know this has been a collective experience. I'm just saying. And you know, like it's a matter of diet and shit, and like a lot of Indians like have really nasty smelly ass farts, I guess because of the turmeric, and Mexicans because they just fucking eat like fucking like 37 billion tortillas and corn tortillas and all this shit in one fucking sitting. Now, I'm not saying that farts smell good, but I'm just saying that different cultures have like more rancid smelling farts, and some cultures are less prone to be pro farting. And I will say that American culture that isn't part of the Mexican culture, every other Hispanic doesn't do that shit. I'm being serious. It is not a like common thing. I'm just saying there are some nasty ass Americans and shit, but it's not a common thing. Like I don't trust people that fart in public deliberately. I don't trust those people are not meant to be trusted. And they find it funny. It's like that's not funny. Like it's funny when you're a baby. When you're like 4 years old, it's no longer funny. 4 or 5, it's no longer funny. 6, 7, it's just like, how do y'all still like, you know when toilet humor evolves? You know what I'm talking about? Like toilet humor evolves when you're reaching adulthood. Suddenly it becomes the ridicule of people that eat shit, like scat porn. Do you understand what I'm talking about? But when you're younger, it's like fart jokes and shit like that. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, don't doing this. You know what I'm talking about? That's like so fucking immature, fucking first grade, kindergarten. You know what I'm talking about? Second grade, pushing it, third grade maybe. But girl, middle school? No, girl, middle school. If you're gonna do that, it has to be very, very, very camp in middle school. You have to, if you're gonna engage in a toilet joke, it has to be a bit more complex. It has to be camp. But then you see these Mexicans, and it's just like, bitch, you're a fucking 30-year-old man. You're a 40-year-old man. Oh no, you're a 50, and no, and the women do it too. And you know what my mom calls these types of nasty ass bitches? Like dirty, musty ass because a lot of Mexican bitches are musty as shit, and we all collectively know this. Everyone, I'm just saying, everyone collectively knows this. Everyone collectively knows this. Everyone. These fucking nasty ass Mexican bitches will sit there and fart right next to you and shit and then start laughing and shit. And it's just like, actually, I just met you like 2 minutes ago and that is not, nope, no. Well, really, Lewis Hose, that fucking little bitch he's with, like, she looks like she's nasty. I don't know. It's just because this is the thing about Mexicans. They cannot be trusted. Like, they're guilty until proven innocent. I'm just saying. That's the whole thing with Mexicans, at least in my boat. They are guilty until proven innocent. Because I grew up around Mexicans and I know them to be, like, evil ass fucking people. I'm being serious because, like, I'm Puerto Rican. And for some strange reason, Mexicans are the only fucking people who have ever like bastardized or abused me. In the Hispanic speaking world, I'm being so serious. Mexicans are the only ones who have ever like aggressed me physically or psychologically for just being born with US citizenship. I've never had a single Costa Rican, Venezuelan, Honduran, Panamanian, Belizean. What else? Nicaraguan, Salvadorian. I've never had a single Salvadorian fucking trashing and abusing me and bullying me because I just happen to be born with US citizenship. The only people that have ever done anything like that to me are Mexicans. I'm being serious. And Puerto Ricans want to say, I don't even understand what Puerto Ricans are talking about. I'm being so serious because apparently there's like this thing in Puerto Rico that people say that they say that Dominicans are jealous of Puerto Ricans because we have US citizenship. And I'm just like, I don't know where y'all are finding these Dominicans because I've never met a single Dominican in my entire fucking. And mind you, I've met too many Dominicans to name. I've never had a single one like aggressing me, bullying me, abusing me. They've always treated me with respect. I've never had a single Dominican. Fucking, I mean, like there was one Dominican boy, but none of that had to do with fucking citizenship. And really, at the end of the day, he wasn't bothering me. He was just bothering the class in school. Like he was just being dumb. He was being so dumb. He was interfering with our studies and screaming and hollering and just like falling on the floor. So that boy got on my fucking nerves off the fucking ass, but that had nothing to do. That boy, ooh, girl, I started hating that nigga. I was thinking, hit him where it hurts. Hit him where it fucking hurts. I swear to fucking God, because that boy he was getting in the way of peace and tranquility. But that had nothing to do with citizenship or anything like that. Mexicans are the only ones. And mind you, I've met some nice Mexicans, but like I said, guilty until proven innocent. So those Mexicans were just proven innocent because, like I've mingled with them enough to know that they aren't dirty. I'm being serious. Like every Mexican. I mean, I met a Mexican just last year, like a year and a half. That Mexican was a really kind person, educated, very kind. Those are the Mexicans that I respect. Respectful, academic, like nice Mexicans that don't, you know what I'm talking about? They're not like, just like, bitch, like that culture is so fucking nasty, Mexican culture. Like, I don't know if y'all have ever been to Mexico, but they're nasty. They're really fucking nasty. They're like Indians. They're like the Indians of the Americas. I swear to God. I swear to God, hands down, I'm not even kidding. They're like the Bangladeshi slash Indians of the Americas. There's in every continent, there's at least one country that's just dirty as shit, dude. I swear to God, dirty as fucking shit. Like their culture is dirty. I'm not talking about, oh, they're poor. No, like they have structure, they have infrastructure and shit, but they're still dirty. Like it's part of their culture to be dirty. Like they find, oh god, they're just nasty. I swear to God, I cannot stand nasty ass Mexicans and like, oh god, I just swear to God, like they're just so gross, dude. They're so fucking gross. I've only met one black couple that was Mexican one time. Like they were African American, obviously, like African and living in America, but they happen to be Mexican. But you can tell there's like certain people that aren't from Mexico, and you can just tell that they aren't like they just happen to live there. You know what I'm talking about? Based on certain circumstances, and that's it. But I'm talking about like intergenerational type of Mexicans. You know what I'm talking about? Like just nasty as hell. I don't know what the fuck which Spanish conquistadors went over there, but they sent all the nasty ass motherfuckers over there. I swear to fucking God. Because it is not part of Puerto Rican culture to just fart out in the open like that. I'm just fucking being serious. As far as I know, it's not part of Dominican culture either. It's not part of Cuban culture. It's not part of fucking Argentinian culture. It's not part of Chilean culture. Maybe Peruvian, because I don't really know Peruvians like that. I've only met a few, but I've never met. I've met like two. For me having met like about five Peruvians in my entire fucking life, I met two of them that were just straight up fucking assholes. So I was like, there's no way that it has to be a coincidence. There's no way that everyone in Peru is evil like that. Um, Colombians, I only met one, but she's a CGI, so I wouldn't necessarily say I would hate Colombians, but the CGI, like, I'm not saying I hate Peruvians, I'm just saying, like, it's so strange that out of all the Peruvians that I've met, a considerable amount of them have been rude as shit, arrogant as fuck. Like, I don't even know how to describe that. But I have one Peruvian friend who's really kind, like, online friend. There was another Peruvian I met that was just really nice. I used to be playing Red Dead with him. He was a really nice person, really kind. I mean, he's still on my friends list, but I haven't played with him online for years. Um, Ecuadorians, I've never had a problem. Like, they don't have this culture of farting. Colombians, as far as I know, really, because I've met Colombians and none of them do that shit. Panamanians don't do that. Venezuelans, Brazilian people don't do that shit, as far as I know. I've met every Brazilian person I've ever met has never done some shit like that. Never, ever, ever, God forbid. If they really have to, they would go to the bathroom. I swear to God. Mexicans will sit next to you and fart and then bust out laughing. And I'm just like, I mean, it's really actually not funny. Like, do you see me laughing? Oh, okay, so it's not funny. It's gross. Like, I bet you Paris Hilton doesn't fart. Actually, you know what? After having experiencing her for a bit of time, I think she probably does fart around people like that. She's gross. Gaga does as well. I'm pretty sure Gaga does that. And then try to pull some shit. I hate when people try to pull that shit. Like, everyone farts, and it's just like, yeah, everyone shits as well, but are you shitting in front of people? Okay, so what justifies a fart versus shit? Because there's still like shit particles in farts. So why are you doing that? Why are you putting that in the air? I mean, unless you got a fucking enema off the fucking ass and there's literally nothing in there, that's a different story. Then I'll be like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm talking about? I'll be like, okay, whatever. Like, it's still stupid. Like, it doesn't sound correct. But I mean, like, you didn't spew out shit particles into the air. So I mean, whatever at this point. And the only reason why toilet humor is funny is because, like, it's funny because it's grotesque, because it's absurdly incongruous, because most people don't find, like, the actual shit or the actual toilet, like, they don't find it funny, like, the presence of it. Do you understand? Like, being there. But when you're making a joke out of it and there's no shit involved, like, I'm talking about literal, like, there's no, like, someone farted and it stinks so fucking bad. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Or someone shat and it smells. That part isn't funny. That part isn't funny. That's why toilet humor ends up being funny, because people are doing it away from that situation, away from the real situation. Do you understand what I'm talking about? It's kind of like dark humor. You're making a joke out of something that's away from that. Do you understand? Away from all of that. That's what makes it funny. But I'm just saying, like, Mexicans are really at this point really the type of people to just shit on themselves and be like, haha, this is so funny. Look at me rub myself on in this. And they be eating some greasy. I'm talking about like over greased. Do you understand what I'm talking about? You know when there's a certain amount of grease you're supposed to put? No, they over grease it. They over spice it. Oh, girl. Mm-mm. And they want to talk about patria. It's like, bitch, what patria? Y'all some nasty ass fucking people. What fucking honor? Number two, that's a distorted ass culture. Do not even fucking make it seem, no. Don't even fucking make it seem like like y'all aren't fucking, like y'all weren't, that was no conquistador shit. Y'all some nasty ass motherfuckers. I ain't saying Puerto Rico. I've never even really at the end of the day really said that Puerto Rico has a really great fucking culture. I call it nasty consistently, but not in the sense of farts. Do you understand what I'm talking about? I call Puerto Rico nasty because like people don't pressure wash the fucking sidewalks or the facades of buildings, and they have mold and fucking algae all over the fucking place, which makes the place look unsightly as shit. And then people will do violent shit or do really annoying shit like play loud ass fucking music and just be annoying in general and be like nastily like heterosexuals are really nasty here. There's a lot of like rude ass sexual indecency here, but Mexico is just, it's worse. Mexico's just worse. I'm just saying. Like Mexico is actually like, there's a big difference between there being like mold in the streets because like it rains a lot. You know what I'm talking about? Like you're living in a rainforest. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like you're living in a rainforest, there's algae, you're literally in the Caribbean, there's algae all over the place versus like living in a desert in Mexico and people, it's part of that culture to fart around other fucking people. Do you understand what I'm talking about? It's not a part of Puerto Rican culture for people to be farting like that. I'm just saying it really isn't. I'm just telling you, like I've met too many Mexicans that are so comfortable with farting, and I'm talking about those silent, nasty ass fucking farts, and then they'll just sit there and then pull, try to blame someone else, and it's just like, and then they start laughing, and it's just like, I mean, that's really like not funny. Like, I really don't understand what's funny about that. Like, the entire place smells like shit, and you think it's funny? Like, that's not funny. The entire place smells like literal shit. That is not funny. That is not fucking funny. Like, it would be a different story if we were sitting there and you started fucking saying, like, Marissa, she farted the other fucking day. That bitch stank up the whole fucking room and everyone fucking ran the fuck out, and guess what? Nobody's talking to that bitch anymore. Now that's something to laugh about. But Marissa, being next to Marissa and she's pulling that shit, do you understand what I'm talking about? And then Marissa's pointing at you, ha 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 ha, and it's just like, actually, it's not funny. You're just Mexican and gross. Well, I'm just saying that bitch that Lewis Howes, um, got with, because really at the end of the day, I'm just like, that nigga's fucking gay. Like, his face is gay. I'm just saying, like, his face is gay, and he's doing things that only a gay man would do. Because really at the end of the day, like, um. I'm just saying. Anyway, so, and then he was with some bitch named like Jenny Garcia. That's another last name, Garcia. Ortiz Garcia. Garcia Ortiz. Like, oh, girl. Oh. And this bitch, like, they called her the sexiest woman of the year. And I was like, that bitch looks so bland. I was like, that bitch looks so bland. Y'all called her sexy because she's wearing like 37 billion pounds of makeup, and then she got a BBL? Because obviously that ass isn't real. That's not sexy. Real sexy is like, this bitch has like fucking stunning ass features with zero makeup at all. Like this woman is like outstanding. Like she shines. And the way she carries herself, and then she's a humanitarian. You know what I'm talking? She's not one of those bitches that are like, you know what I'm talking about? Or you know what I'm talking about? The eyes, the eyes. Like, no, bitch, that's not sexy. That's you being stupid. The sexiest woman of the year stands like this. She's just like this. But she looks with resting face. She's looking marvelous. Do you understand what I'm talking about? No makeup, no plastic surgery done, nothing. And then she has the qualities that makes a woman sexy, not makes a woman like repulsive. You know what I'm talking about? She's not competing with other bitches. Jenny Garcia looks like she competes with other fucking bitches. I'm just fucking saying. So I'm just saying at the end of the day, a straight man wouldn't get with a woman like that legitimately. Why would you get with a woman that causes drama in your fucking life? Like, if you're a straight man, you would get with a woman because you want to have sex with her, not a woman that's fucking consistently in the fucking public eye starting shit and stupid bullshit drama. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, who does that? Why would you go and get married to someone that's like obsessed with the public? Unless you have a low libido, like your libido doesn't exist. That's the occasion where you are a heterosexual and you're only interested in romantic pursuits but not sexual pursuits. But I don't think Lois's house, Lois Hose, his face doesn't scream low libido heterosexual. It just screams high libido gay man that loves to engage in courtship type shit. Because I'm just saying, because he doesn't release legitimate like theatrical works. You know what I'm talking about? Like he's very dry. Um, the most he can do is improv. Based on some context, but not so much memorizing a script that's very long. I don't know. That bitch he's with, she was a weather woman. I'm like, a lot of people in the Hispanic world hate that shit. The fucking media here, because they put like these women that nobody really wants to see, these like sexualized women, off the ass fucking sexualized fucking women to like deliver the weather or tell the news and shit like that. And it's just like, wow, like I really just wanted to know if it's gonna rain today. And as a homosexual man, I really don't want to see this bitch with her tits out and her fucking asshole and pussy about to shove into the fucking camera's face. I came to literally just watch the news, not to watch pornography. Like, you know, like woman centered pornography. There's a little bug that's suffering in there. Well, it's not a little bug. It's suffering because it's a massive bug, and I don't want to fucking open that fucking container I fucking put it in. It literally is the size of a hummingbird. It's like a moth or whatever the fuck it is, a cicada. It's an evil dinosaur era looking bug. I don't know if y'all know about dinosaurs, bitch. Oh my fucking god, dude. I see it. Give me 1 second. Dude, oh my god. Hold on, let me put a towel over this bitch because I'm not about to let this bitch fucking leave. There. I don't know if you can hear this. Listen. It's banging on metal. Literally, like, I looked up and I really thought it was a hummingbird. I was like, what the fuck is this? Because a lizard was like trying to eat it. And I was like, what is this hummingbird doing? And I look up and it's a fucking, like, it's a gross ass, like, thing. It's a thing. It's just a fucking gross ass thing. That's all it is. It's a thing. I fucking know I hate that thing. Hold on. Let me make sure this thing's completely covered because oh my fucking god, hold on. Look, listen. That does not sound like a normal ass mosquito. I'm just fucking saying. That is a fucking thing. So anyway, that bitch is so nasty. She reminds me of that fucking thing. That's what I should do to that bitch. Trap her in the fucking washing machine and turn it on. Talking about Lewis's house and then that stupid shit that nobody likes that. I'm being serious. Like nobody with a brain likes that shit. Like someone proposing on a stage like that. Like no, nobody likes that. It's so Ryan Serhant-esque. So it's giving Ryan Serhant shutting down Times Square to go and propose. Isn't it giving that? Isn't it giving that? Ryan Serhant shutting down Times Square to go and propose to some bitch. Really, like, really, at the end of the day, let's be serious. If we wanted a proposal like that where Times Square gets shut down, like, we would want, like, Oprah proposing to fucking getting on her knee and proposing to Stedman. That's what, people will protest because Times Square is not a place to shut down for personal reasons. Um, it's not a place to shut down for personal reasons, but let's just say that in a situation where that would be a thing, it would only be permissible if Oprah Winfrey did some shit or fucking Lady Gaga, Paris Hilton, unfortunately, the president of the United States, Condoleezza Rice, even Condoleezza Rice, shit, even Trisha Paytas would get away with that more than Ryan Serhant and that little dusty ass little Amelia Beckhart bitch. That's what it's giving. It's giving shutting down Times Square to propose, proposing on a stage while all these people are. It's when you feel like you're forced to clap. You know what I'm talking about? That's what it felt like. The vibes were like, I better clap. You know what I'm talking about? It's not like he proposed to someone that's like, you know what I mean? Someone that's like, if you propose to Oprah, that'd be a thing. That'd be a thing to clap for. Do you understand? I guess that woman just doesn't have the it factor. You know exactly what I'm talking about. The it factor. Unfortunately, I hate Paris Hilton beyond belief, but she has the it factor. Like, I don't know how to just. I really don't know how to describe it. Maybe it's that the person has a soul. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't know. Because they call it the it factor and they say that they're like well-rounded. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like they can do so many different things, but it's just like, no, I don't think that's it. I don't think that's the thing that gives you the it factor. I think it might have to do with soul. It's something that's spiritual, like the vibes that you're giving off. And Gaga said that we're all born superstars, so I'm starting to think maybe everyone has the it factor with the exception of replicants. Do you understand what I'm talking about? I feel like that bitch is a fucking replicant because just the way that she's been talking about Lewis, I'm just like, you little fucking whore. You're really acting like you won something, didn't you? She's okay. You know those people that get married because they like that person and they like fucking them, versus people that get married just so that one person in the marriage, particularly the bitch, runs around telling everyone how they should be jealous. Do you understand? She's giving those vibes like, oh, he's mine type shit. And it's just like, no, he isn't, bitch, because if he were yours, you wouldn't be telling people that he's yours. You'd be sucking his dick. You wouldn't even be out in public. You'd be like, wow, I have enough money. I don't give a fuck about no damn fucking career. Fuck all these people. Really, at the end of the day, fuck philanthropy. I'm gonna go suck dick. fuck charity. Fuck this stuff. Fuck these damn kids. Fuck St. Jude's. And really be realistic, because so many fucking people donate to them. Why the fuck? How is it gonna make a difference if I go and suck dick and go live my best life? Because I'm being serious. We all agree upon this. I know y'all all agree with me. That woman is giving vibes of like, look at me. I have Lewis and he's mine, and all of y'all should be jealous. As opposed to, don't look at me because I'm sucking his fucking dick and we're in private. Do you understand? Do you understand the different dynamics here? Do you understand? Instead, she's like, oh my God, Lewis, instead of us fucking, let's go and make a podcast so that I can sit here and be like, I'm rich, I'm better, I'm born to slay. You're broke, you're bitter, just walk away. I shine like a diamond, you're just a stone. This world is my kingdom, now bow to the throne. Do you understand? It's just like you got married, but the first thing you went and did was fucking go and mingle with other people? Like, what kind of shit is that? I'm just saying. Like, I'm just saying. What I'm saying is that there's a big difference between a real relationship and a theatrical one. Mind you, that was a very theatrical proposal to stand on a stage where theater is performed and sit there and propose to someone. Melodramatic, not so realistic. Do you know those bitches? We all know these bitches, the ones that get with a guy just to feel powerful. You know, like they've achieved something that other people couldn't. It's just like, wow, so you really don't care about dick. You really don't like dick. What you like is what people are saying about you. It's giving Sarah with Mike Matchlock. You know what I'm talking about? It's just like, bitch, you don't even look like, y'all don't even look like y'all fuck. Mike is endlessly talking about Blue Chew. It's just like, why does he need erectile? He's been talking about this for so long, for so many years, promoting like these erectile dysfunction drugs, and it's just like, gee, I wonder why he needs erectile dysfunction drugs all around all these supposedly hot women 24/7. I just don't get it. I really don't. I realize the only time I ever have erectile in quotes dysfunction is whenever there's like someone I'm not attracted to. A man. I'm just saying, not someone. Because women, girl, I'm telling y'all, like, y'all really, if, you know, I'm on Serge Tankian's level. If you love me, then let me go. She broke her little bones on the boulders below, and I delightfully smiled. Fucking stupid bitch. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't even know what her name is. I just remember the Jenny Garcia bitch because I was like, this bitch is so stupid. I remember her name because I was like, this bitch is so fucking she's extra stupid. More stupid than this bitch. I mean, they're both stupid, but I'm just saying, like, there are different levels of stupidity, but that Jenny Garcia bitch, that bitch was so stupid because she was really trying, they were really trying to make it seem like that bitch is on Sofia Vergara's level. And I'm not even very supportive of Sofia Vergara. I'm not very supportive of the Hispanic community because, let me tell you why I'm not supportive. I don't even support Shakira because they're too Hispanic. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Then you have people like Christina Aguilera, who's Hispanic, but she's not too Hispanic. She's more like world-wise. Do you understand what I'm talking about? She's cosmopolitan. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Shakira is not cosmopolitan. As much as she's global, it's just like, bitch, no, you're Hispanic. Shut your ass up. And then she tries to pull the whole I'm half Lebanese shit. It's just like, no, you're not. You're Hispanic. You claim that you're Lebanese to try to make it seem like you're so multicultural. And it's just like, bitch, it doesn't even matter how many languages you speak. You are Hispanic delivering vibes. I support American vibes because at the end of the day, American like USA vibes, it's like bitch, like that's like multi. It's multi. It's the real multi. Do you understand? It's the real multi. Everyone knows this. It's not going to be argued against. It's the real multi. France could probably reach those heights. The United Kingdom could probably reach those heights, but at the end of the day, number one is America when it comes to multi. As much as I hate the United States, I'm being serious because the United States has a hell of fucking problems, but I'm being fair here. I'm just being real about reality. Because you can be Hispanic, but still be multi because you're giving off American vibes. You know what I'm talking about? That's what really, at the end of the day, gives someone the it factor when it comes to superstardom when you're standing by the USA. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. I mean, look at Donald Trump. Donald Trump has way more traction than all of these fucking people all around the entire fucking world. I'm so sorry. I hate that man too. But he has more traction. I'm just being realistic. Um, Naomi Campbell, despite being part of the United Kingdom, that's what I was saying about like the UK is up there when it comes to multi, but the USA is number one. But Naomi Campbell has extreme traction in the US, so one could claim that she's delivering US fucking vibes. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like Donatella Versace, she's Italian, but she gives off like American vibes because she's like extremely loved over here. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Shakira, at the end of the day, girl, I just always get the vibes that that bitch really, at the end of the day, people just listen to her music, but she's not it. Do you understand what I'm talking about? She's too Hispanic. She doesn't have like American values. American values are extremely multicultural, like off the chain, over the top, like pro multicultural. Well, I'm really about to fight whatever's over there. There's something walking over there. And I hear it. I think it might be a chicken. Bro, who is that? It's like a cat or something. Yes, it's a cat. He looked up at me. He's like, hey. Anyway, girl, that bitch is so dirty. And then he grabbed her and he lifted her up, and I was like, girl, that's not even. Don't kiss someone with fucked up lips. Why would you do that? She wasn't deformed. Like, it's a different story if she's like deformed because she has no choice. You know what I'm talking about? Do you understand what I'm talking about? And then he kisses her, then that'd be heartwarming and be like, yeah, they're soulmates. No, it's like, no, this bitch is botched. This isn't a matter of soulmates type of thing. Soulmates, this is what makes a true soulmate. Like, the person is suffering, but you still love them. The person is poor, but you still love them. They're not going to progress your career, but you still love them. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Do you understand what I'm talking about? They're not going to make your theater look any better. They're not going to be some fodder for your podcast. They're not going to be someone you can show off on Instagram for all these fucking people. Do you understand what I'm talking about? They're the type of person that, regardless, you know how Gaga said, she was like, your tender love is more than I can. And, oh my God, I hate these people. This is what I was talking about how I can't stand Puerto Rican culture. What did she say? She said, you know, I appreciate the finer things, but it's not what makes me happiest, baby. I can do without it, babe. Your tender love is more than I can handle. Never burn out this candle, baby, baby. Well, that's really, those vibes are coming out of that shit. Lewis Hose and that dusty ass little bitch. You know when you look at a man's face and his face is a little bit too large? You know what I'm talking about? So you know he's gay? You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's just something I can just always tell when a man is gay. Like his face is usually like very like It glows a little bit more, even if it's dry. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, he could be dehydrated, but his face is glowing. I don't know how to describe it. Like, gay men have a little bit more muscle in their face. Um, they wrinkle differently than straight men do. What else? They have different fine lines than gay men. I mean, than straight men. What else? I don't know how to describe it. Mm. They're cuter than straight men. That's what I was saying. Like that. I mean, everyone knows this. That guy's so out of. She's out of her own league. She can't even put. She's out of his league. She's out of the world. She's out of the universe's league. What's her name? Her name's like Christina or some shit. And these pictures, she took these pictures and she was like this. It's like, bitch, you don't even. Like Tyra said, work it with your eyes, and this bitch has her eyes closed. She closed them a bit too much. She's like, it's like, bitch, you look like you're fucking pissed at everyone. Rightfully, actually, no, she has no right to be pissed. She has no right to even be happy. She has no right. Have y'all ever done that? I've never done that. I've never gotten with someone just to tell other people, oh, you're jealous. It's more like, nah, I got with that person because that person's great in bed. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Not because, oh, blah, 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 you're jealous. You're jealous. You're so jealous. You're so jealous. That's obviously what she does. I mean, she wears makeup. She wears makeup. It's part of her, like, her natural thing to, not natural, that's not natural to really, that's very theatrical. But at the end of the day, I think there are replicants used in theater as well, because that bitch is delivering replicant vibes, because I'm like, bitch, you crossed the fucking line. That bitch crossed the fucking line. And then she was on her Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or whatever, and then she had like this little podcast thing, and she was telling people, she was like, Lewis said this, this, and that, and blah, 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 and she called him Luis. And I was like, girl, now you really fucked that up, didn't you? His name is Lewis. Call him Lewis. Lewis. If you really want to get real, call him Lewis. Or just be like Lewis. Lewis. Lois. Don't call him Luis, because his name isn't even spelt like that. That's why I would get pissed off whenever people would be fucking calling me Lewis. And I was like, my name isn't spelled Lewis, it's spelled Luis. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand how, because certain people would call me Luis, obviously, respectfully so, people that weren't even speaking Spanish. But some people call me Lewis, and I always told them that's not my name. That is not my fucking name. I don't understand how you know how to pronounce the word rude, like as in ooh. So why can't you say Luis? Why? But it's not Luis, it's actually Luis. So anyway, but his name is Lewis. Like, it's literally spelled Lewis. There is no Spanish version to that. It's Lewis, okay? It's fucking Lewis. Don't call him Luis. It's already engraved into the psyche of people that his name is Lewis. So don't try to twist it up and try to fucking make it seem like the entire she really tried that. She really tried to make it seem like everyone's on her side. It's like, no. Because she spoke like that. She spoke as if everyone's on her side. I'll never be on your side, bitch, because you over here, I can't stand bitches that, like, fuck with the gay community. I can't stand those hoes. I'm not talking about fuck with them, like, in the good way, like, oh, yeah, I fucks with you. I really like you. No. I'm talking about fuck with the gay community. Like, fucking stir the pot and cause problems and earthquakes and all this shit, and they're being sadistic as hell. That bitch is one of them. I'm just saying because he brought. This is the only way I know that Lewis is gay because he was interviewing Ryan Serhant, and I was like, okay, well Ryan Serhant is the epitome of like, you know, gay man acting straight. Really, at the end of the day, because I was like, really, at the end of the day, you just fucking outed yourself just by simply looking the way you do because he looks gay, and then shutting down Times Square, and then the first thing you did instead of like addressing the nation, no, you run to Andy Cohen, a person that's so gay. It's just like that man should be arrested. Do you understand? That man should be arrested by the gay community because just like, nigga, how are you gayer than all of us? So the first thing he does as a straight man that just shut down Times Square is go and run to Andy Cohen, sprint to him just to brag about how he shut down Times Square. You don't, no, it doesn't work like that. There has to be a collective agreement to do that because that's a public space. Everyone has to agree upon it. Unless there's an emergency, you can't shut down Times Square unless every single person votes yes. Everyone. You can't have a single person say no because it's a public space. Because that person that says no wins. Because it's still a public space. Like, do you not understand? You can't shut down a park because your fucking 5-year-old wants to fucking play around in it. You cannot shut down you can't shut down Central Park because you want to go and jog in it. That's emperor shit. And like I said, like there are certain people that could be at the level of being in quotes an emperor, but not necessarily so because the Second Amendment, bitch, I'm just fucking saying you can play it, you can be theatrical about it, but at the end of the day, bitch, don't really try it. Don't really try it. But like I said, like Oprah could shut down Times Square. She could do it. People would probably protest against it, but I'm just saying, like, she could do it. Now, Ryan Serhant isn't associated with emperor stuff. There is no such thing as a realtor that's associated with emperor stuff. Do you understand? They're not really calling the shots, or at least theatrically doing so. So he's not in the hierarchy of being able to shut down Times Square regarding the theater of the United States of America. He can't shut down Times Square. And let's be realistic, the only people that are foreign who can shut down Times Square would probably be like people like Naomi Campbell, the Queen of England, big time heads of states and shit like that. But it still wouldn't happen because let's be realistic here. Even the Mecca, even the fucking Saudi royal family can't shut down the Mecca just to run around and be like, oh, it's because my cousin wanted to go. She wanted to know what it's like to walk around the fucking around that cube, that black cube. She wanted to know what it's like. So we shut the fuck down out of the fucking Mecca and told all the pilgrims to go back home. You know how many people look, Times Square is the pilgrimage for capitalists. So I'm just saying, like, how do you halt a pilgrimage just to go and also a proposal isn't too capitalist, but you know when it's fake because there's capitalism associated with it. Because you know when love is real, it transcends money. Or attention like that, like blah 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 blah. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's like you know when you do something just to get people to talk about it, it's just like what is that? What is that? Is it called theater? Is it called attention seeking? Because I'm just saying the whole Lewis Howes hose, the whole Lewis hose thing. I'm just like, bitch, like, what the hell even is that? I just really looked at that because number one, I wouldn't even be talking about this nigga had he not fucking advertised himself like he does on fucking Facebook over things that really nobody's asking for. Do you understand? Because really, his content is just simply him like talking down on everyone and acting like he's the rich. He's literally like interviewing people that really are not the richest people on the fucking planet. And they're acting like they're fucking better than everyone the fuck else. It's just like, what, your net worth is what, $10 million? Bitch, goodbye. You're poor. You're poor in the rich realm. I'm just saying that is fucking abject poverty in the rich realm. Sorry. That's just the way it is. I'm being serious. $10 million and that's it? Girl, goodbye. That is poverty. Like that is abject poverty. Like you're considered someone who needs help. Like you need charity. And I'm just saying, like, Lois Hose grabs like the poorest of the rich. And let me tell you, like, they aren't wealthy. Do you understand? Like, you can tell the difference between wealthy and rich. Like, wealthy is when you hang out with poor people and go and do drugs with them, and then you go and marry a poor person. Wealthy people, like, choose love. Like, they don't care about money. Do you understand? But they never ever said that. Like, they never say that in fucking Lewis's fucking thing. No, nobody's saying that. They're just like rich people. This is the difference between rich people and poor people. Rich people manage their time, blah, 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 and I'm better, and I'm better, and I'm better. I'm rich. I'm better. I'm born to slay. You're broke. You're bitter. Just walk away. I shine like a diamond. You're just a stone. This world is my kingdom. Now bow to the throne. And I'm just like, I am bowing to your fucking, I don't even know how to dress myself ass. Like, I'll bow to Gaga because it's just like, I feel like if you're wealthy, you should do stuff like that, like Gaga. Like, you should go out dressed up like a rat. That's the way things should be when you're wealthy. You should go out dressed like a rat. That's what you should do. Fucking have a lobster on your hair, on your head. Tell people stuff like, I don't use perfume, I use Febreze. You know what I'm talking about? Like, like, tell people that. Be like, fuck the fucking perfume cologne industry. Fuck the fragrance industry. Febreze is where it's at, and that shit lasts longer. That's what should be. That should be the fucking status quo. That's what wealthy people do. Wealthy people do that shit. They spray themselves with Febreze. They don't fucking have no damn Chanel 5. They spray themselves with Febreze and they go and hang out with the poor people. They go and hang out with the poor people and they suck homeless dick. That's what they do. That's what wealthy people do. They're not tied down by this bullshit. This fucking bitch, she was interviewing some bitch and she was like, what poor people do is blah, 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 and they're always doing this and they're always running. And I was like, and I really went in the comments and I was like, wow, so you're not rich and you're not wealthy, because wealthy people are smart as fuck. Like, they're so fucking smart, and you're over here generalizing. Like, that's like rhetoric 101. Like, they literally, like, they tell you in school not to fucking use words like, I think, hold on. They tell you not to use words like, I think, phrases like, I think that poor people, I think that, you can't use that because you lose the argument. You lose persuasion. There's no more persuasion. You can't persuade anyone because you're just speaking from your own personal perspective. I know is a different story. Hold on. I know is a different story. I know. I mean, it sounds a little bit insane, but it sounds way more credible because somebody wouldn't sit there and say, I know, unless they know. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Or if the persuasion, they know that it's so convincing because it's like, people will say stuff like, I know that Lewis is gay because, like, number one, he just interviewed fucking Ryan Serhant. Like, that's how I know. Do you understand? I know because he's mingling with men that are obviously like out there, out there when it comes to acting straight while they're actually fucking gay. Out there. And instead of him calling him out on that, because if Lewis called him out, I would have been like, okay, Lewis is straight, because like no gay man would sit there and do that. A straight acting gay man wouldn't sit there and call out another straight acting gay man. So that's how I know that he's gay. I don't really need evidence for that. Like, this nigga is willing to use, like I already said, these niggas are willing to use CGI, AI, replicants. They're willing to use replicants. They're willing to use teleportation, materialization, all types of supernatural works to make the theater look realistic. So I'm just saying, because that bitch, I was like, really, at the end of the day, not even a lesbian would get with a woman like that and legitimately be serious. So I just have to say all of that. I gotta go back to studying like wealthy people do. Wealthy people, that's the thing. This is the difference between wealthy people and poor people. Wealthy people call out other wealthy people and say, you know what, kill them. Kill them. That's what wealthy people do. Wealthy people throw away all of their fucking money. That's what wealthy people do. They say, you know what, it's better. Wealthy people are like Lily Allen. They make songs like this. They say the bottom feels so much better than the top. So much better. And then she's calling out fucking like bling bling idiots like 50 Cent. Do you understand? That's what wealthy people do. Lily Allen is wealthy. So I just had to say that. I just really had to